10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll red. Take red.
Coming up next, Penn
Ready
State hits the
to
campus
be ready to
Greek life
open,
community with sanctions and
audio for
changes during a
360.
fraternity death investigation.
You ready to roll
The
open?
worst thing that can happen to a university community, I think, is for a student to die.
We have the latest information and reaction. And a helping hand for those struggling with opioid and heroin addiction. The Center County Report starts now.
Roll open. You ready to open their mics?
Okay, open.
Ready, 3.
Good afternoon. I'm Sophia Check.
And I'm Jesse Finley.
Take 3. Take that
Major
music out.
changes
Ready, double
happening in
box.
Penn State's Greek life as the investigation continues into the death of the fraternity pledge. We still don't know if criminal charges will be filed, but the university isn't waiting for that decision to take action. Reporter Matt Schaefer is live on the university
Take double
campus
box.
with more information and reaction.
Ready, live shot? Take live shot.
Yes, thank you. I am here
Ready, package
outside
on blue?
of Old
You
Main
ready to
where the
open blue?
administration came down hard on Beta Theta Pi and other Greek organizations. Now the house has been closed and the residents inside have been moved out. It's unclear what will happen to that fraternity house. However, the administration and Penn State is moving forward with big changes to Greek life here on campus.
Roll blue. Take blue.
It's been almost 2 months
Advance.
since Penn State
Really
student
nice job,
Tim
Matt. Thank
Piazza
you.
died after falling downstairs at Beta Theta Pi fraternity house.
Alright, so Matt, just
Police
keep
say
standing
Derek,
by.
excessive
you iris
alcohol
down
and
like half a
hazing
step.
may have contributed to the death of the 19-year-old. Now the university has dropped the hammer on Penn
Down a
State's
little bit
Greek
more.
life community. It's permanently
good.
banned the Beta
Thank you.
Theta Pi fraternity. There will be no fall rush for any fraternity or sorority. That's now moved to next spring. There will be a stronger underage alcohol enforcement and more social restrictions, along with zero tolerance for hazing. Penn State took the steps after the investigation showed what it called a pattern of excessive and forced drinking, hazing, drug use, and sales. Last night, some Greek life members
Advance
gathered at
graphic.
Old Main to protest the decision. None of the students would talk with us about this issue. More than 7,000 students on the University Park campus belong to Greek organizations. The Interfraternity Council said in a statement, "We are deeply disappointed the university administration did not follow through on its promise to engage students before making critical decisions." The Panhellenic Council said, "We are value-based organizations comprised of strong, ambitious women. It is of the utmost importance that our voices be heard." District
ready to come
Attorney
back to
Stacey
my-
Parks
Matt
Miller
with
says she
audio?
expects her office to release the results of the investigation by mid-April. She issued a statement saying, "Rest assured that we will discover what truly
Alright, go, Matt.
transpired to Timothy Piazza behind the doors of Beta Theta Pi that evening."
Take live shot.
Pittsburgh-based lawyer
Ready, one?
for Beta Theta Pi
You ready to
said
open
the
Sophia's
fraternity
mic?
will fight the university's decision. He called it, quote, a rush to judgment, end quote, extremely disappointing. We'll keep following this story for the latest. I'm Matt Schaefer reporting live. Back to you in the studio.
Take 1. Cue her.
Thanks,
Matt,
Matt.
that was
Penn
beautiful.
State
Ready,
says
package
the
on red.
investigation has
Derek,
used
you're good
what
to
it
go.
calls deeply disturbing evidence
Thank you, guys.
against Beta Theta Pi, including
Yeah, I did.
mandatory hazing,
Ready,
forced
audio
drinking, and
on
other
red.
illegal activity. Reporter Chloe Cullen talked recently with the Vice President of Student Affairs about the future of Greek life at the university. Here's her exclusive interview.
Roll red. Take red.
And the worst thing that can happen to a university community, I think, is for a student to die. Tim
Advance.
Piazza's death is something that really ought to call us all to renewed attention around these issues.
Penn State's Vice President of Student Affairs talked openly and candidly about the issues surrounding Greek life during my interview with him at Old Main a few days ago. Since student Tim Piazza died after falling downstairs during a fraternity party in February, police, the university, and the DA have been investigating.
We shouldn't tolerate these houses being safe havens for underage drinking.
Sims said it's time for more than self-regulation for Penn State's fraternities and sororities.
We're going to
And
intrude
Bianca,
a
we're
bit
streaming,
more
right?
in terms of our expectations.
Yes, we are.
But that's
Thank
what they're
you.
going to have to live with in exchange for the recognition that really is so valuable to them.
And if things don't improve,
Otherwise, they'll go away of their own accord, not by way of anything that we would do, because I don't think on the path they're on, they are truly sustainable.
I asked Sims if a total shutdown of Greek life was a possibility. He said no, but
If they fall short, then we will withdraw recognition of more of these groups until everybody seems to understand what we're trying to achieve collectively, or should be. I don't think there's one magic way to improve the outcomes here, but I think what we've seen is a real decline in the behavior that we've witnessed in some of these groups.
Meaning worse behavior when it comes to drinking, sexual assault, and other problems.
I would not accuse them of improving, but the sad reality is that if I had been asked a month ago to name the top 3 fraternities on campus and tell a parent where they might want to direct their son, it's likely that Beta would have been among those 3.
He hopes to see students and Greek life leaders working together to improve safety and security for everyone.
The better approach is to find ways for these groups to actually live up to their ambitions, their missions, the values that they express for themselves, which are generally quite consistent with what we would hope to see them achieve.
In University Park, I'm Chloe Cullen for the Center County Report.
Take 1.
We've posted the full interview with Damon Sims on our website, centercountyreport.com.
Take 3.
Good news today.
Ready, VO
after
on
a
blue.
91-year-old federal judge
Be ready
went
to open
missing,
blue.
He's been found alive.
Roll
Edwin
blue.
Kosick disappeared
Take
from
blue.
Scranton. He
Ready,
was last
1.
seen trying to get into a closed store
ready to
and
open
then
Sophia's
driving
mic.
away. He suffers from memory problems. He was found near his car last night in Dunmore, near Scranton. Kosick was conscious and taken to the hospital. His disappearance sparked a search involving state police, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshal Service.
Take 1.
One of the
Ready,
busiest
VO on
streets in
red.
State College is back open today. A crane
Roll
removal
red.
over the new Metropolitan apartment complex
Ready,
had
1.
West College Avenue between Atherton and Barnard Street closed to cars and pedestrians. A traffic detour was in place. The street was expected to be closed till Sunday, but it's now open.
Take 1.
PennDOT has
Ready,
officially
VO on blue,
started
ready to
its
open blue.
$1.8 million retaining wall project in Bellefonte.
Roll blue.
Work started this
Take
month
blue.
with the cutting and trimming of
Ready,
trees.
3.
The project is expected to reduce slide issues near
Be
the
ready to open
intersection
Jesse's
of
mic.
Lynn Street and North Allegheny Street. Residents won't see too much progress on the project until a detour is set up in mid-June after the school year ends.
Take 3.
College Township is getting
Ready,
a lot
VO
of
on
calls
red.
from people hoping
Ready
to
to
open a
open red.
marijuana dispensary in the area. The
Roll
township
red.
has issued 1
Take
business
red.
registration for a potential
Ready,
dispensary
3.
in the future. But that doesn't mean it'll happen, just that the business has met zoning requirements. Pennsylvania is separated into 6 regions for issuing medical marijuana permits. Center County is in the north central region and can receive 2 dispensary and grower permits.
Take 3.
Center County
Ready,
service
VO on
providers and
blue.
agencies are
Ready to
reaching
open
out to
blue.
help people who might be addicted to opioids or heroin.
Roll blue.
The Center
Take
County
blue.
Hope Initiative hosted
Ready,
an
saw
addiction
on red. Be
resource
ready to open
fair
red.
at the Bellefonte Match Factory on Wednesday. 24 agencies turned out to offer treatment resources, recovery support, case management, and more. Kathy Abergast, a member of the Hope Initiative, says addiction should be treated like any other disease.
Roll red. Take red.
Addiction is a chronic disease, just as
Ready,
you would
3.
see in
Ready to open Jesse's mic
diabetes
again.
or heart disease. And so by treating it as the illness that it is, we empower individuals to take control and make better choices and get the support that they need.
Take 3.
Abergast said
Ready,
already this
2.
year
Ready to open
there
their
have been
cheese music.
5 drug-related overdoses in Center County.
Take 2.
Coming up next, how Pennsylvania
cheese
might
music.
see an
Ready, VO
increase
on
in
blue.
earthquakes over the next several years and
Cheese
why.
music.
Plus, the weekend weather forecast. Will it warm up? And
Roll blue.
an annual cultural event comes to
Take
State
blue.
College, bringing people from all over
Ready,
North
break on
America.
red.
The news continues after this break.
Roll red. Take red. 5,
2 minutes twice a
4,
day making sure they brush
3,
is easier, and it
2,
could help save them from a lifetime
1.
of tooth pain.
Take.
The risk of
Ready,
earthquakes in
package on blue, ready to
Pennsylvania is
open blue.
relatively low, but some say gas and oil activities could potentially increase that risk. Reporter Amanda Schmidt looked into how these tremors could affect our area.
Roll blue. Take blue.
Earthquakes are typically associated with states out west, but some have hit the East Coast and even a few close to home in Center County. Kyle Cattrall still remembers when an earthquake shook him at State High in 2011.
I was going up the ramp and the sides of the railings were shaking.
The 2011 earthquake wasn't the first one to hit Center County.
In August 15th, 1991, we had one that I actually woke up to hearing like an explosion type thing, and then, woke up to find out that it was an earthquake because we felt it shaking and everything.
Center County does have a low earthquake risk, but earthquake events could potentially increase throughout Pennsylvania.
I'm here at a fracking site in Snowshoe, Pennsylvania, where scientists have recently found that natural gas extraction may be linked to the rise of earthquakes in Pennsylvania.
Or at least, the potential for an increase in Pennsylvania earthquakes. Last summer, geophysicist Andrew Nyblade led one Penn State team to complete a major expansion of the Pennsylvania Seismic Monitoring Network.
Well, the issue for Pennsylvania in the future is the state is in the process of permitting more
Go faster,
disposal
sorry,
wells,
I forgot to cut that part
to
out.
get rid of the wastewater from fracking. And so as they do that, they're concerned about the potential for a more induced seismicity.
Oil and gas activities like fracking and wastewater disposal related to fracking have induced earthquakes and are contributing to the program's expansion.
Stay there, Bianca.
Even though it has unforeseen environmental impacts, natural
Ready
gas
one,
is
be
seen
ready
as
to
the
open
bridge
Sophia's
between
mic
coal
again? No,
and
you can
renewable
stay there,
energy.
Bianca.
In Snowshoe, I'm Amanda
Okay, now
Schmidt
you
for
can
the
go,
Center
Bianca.
County Report.
All right, take one.
The
Cue her,
Pennsylvania
ready, three.
Seismic Monitoring
Ready to open
Network will
Jesse's mic.
continue to keep an eye on future earthquake activity throughout the state.
Take three.
Dozens of local
Ready
businesses
VO
have
on red,
donated
ready
more
audio
than
for red.
$8,000 to help Penn State military-affiliated students.
Roll red.
President Barron
Take
presented
red.
the check for $8,500
Ready
to
one.
the Penn State Military Student Fund. The event was held at the Hub.
Advance.
State Downtown Improvement District donated the money to help students with financial need.
Ready to open
the fund
Sophia's
started
mic.
in 2014 and has awarded $36,000 in scholarships.
Take one.
Penn State will host its 13th
Ready,
annual
VO on
American
blue.
Indian Powwow this weekend at Mount Nittany Middle
Ready audio
School.
for blue.
The new phases of an
Roll
ancient
blue.
people powwow
Take
will
blue.
feature Native American food, vendors, and dancers from all over
ready.
the U.S. and Canada.
Util
More
one,
than
be ready
5,000
to
people attended
open
last year's event.
360 on
Doors
audio.
open at 11 a.m. tomorrow and Sunday, and admission is free.
Roll open. Ready to open Zach's mic.
We get Zach's revenue, thank you.
Open Zach's mic.
Into the work week. Quick check on satellite and radar showing steady rain all across central Pennsylvania. Notice the oranges and yellows to our east.
Ready,
Those are some heavier
three.
downpours that we will have to contend with. Don't forget the umbrella or rain jacket at home today. Live look outside, you see the raindrops on the camera and also the roads very wet, some ponding on the roads. We all know how this goes when it rains hard. People going a little bit slower, so give yourself an extra couple of minutes if you're traveling later this afternoon. Temperatures across central Pennsylvania, chilly, 10 to 15 degrees below average for this time of year. And as we go out for a wider look at the state, you see everyone chilly, 39 in Williamsport and Scranton, and 41 in Allentown to start off the afternoon. Now, this rain not really wanting to go anywhere for your day today, so I'm going to walk you through Futurecast and show you what you could expect for Friday and Saturday. So we'll stop the clock at 4 o'clock for your commute home from work. Notice steady rain still showing up across central Pennsylvania. 8 and 9 o'clock, any evening plans, showery, the heaviest stuff off to the east. Tomorrow morning could be a stray leftover rain shower, but as we head towards the afternoon tomorrow, we start to clear out and could see a few breaks of sun. Your forecast for today, rainy and cool. Temperatures will be lucky to climb up into the mid-40s, and tonight we're dropping down to 40 degrees, steady rain switching to showers, and there will be some patchy fog overnight. Here's a quick look at your 7-day forecast. Notice the warm-up tomorrow and the clearing for Saturday and Sunday, but there is a lot of rain in the forecast, so if you have any outdoor plans you need to get done tomorrow and Sunday, look like the best days to do it.
You know, there might be a lot of rain coming in, but I'm just happy that the temperature is increasing. We're finally getting a little bit of a spring.
Be ready to bring in the tease music when we go to
Temperatures
Victoria.
climbing up in the 50s, even near 60 next week, so it is definitely warming up.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Yeah, all right. Now here's Victoria with sports.
Take one. Cue her.
Coming up, we'll get a closer look
Bring
at
in the
Penn
tease
State
music.
football's
Ready VO on
outdoor
red.
spring practice as
Ready
we
audio
head
for
toward
red.
the Blue-White game in a few weeks. And we take a glimpse at
Roll
what's
red.
next for Penn State hockey
Roll
after an
take red.
impressive season.
Ready break on
Also,
blue.
We'll take a look
Ready
at how
audio for
State
blue.
High started its season after the break.
Roll blue. Take blue. 5, 4, 3, 2. Roll open.
Oh wow, that's my bad.
No, you're fine. You ready to open Victoria's mic? Oh, take. Cue her.
Victoria Leonardo with sports. It's baseball season, but spring football
ready
practice
package on
is
red.
underway here at Penn State.
That was so my bad,
After
I'm so
last
sorry.
season's memorable ride, some key players are on the way out, but the remaining squad feels optimistic about the future.
All right, roll red. Take red.
To be honest, I think we still have that chemistry.
okay.
Like the chemistry is outstanding. You can see it during practice. The competition is at a high. I really don't think we're missing anything at all.
To try and keep up with that team chemistry, Upperclassmen like Marcus Allen and Saquon Barkley are showing the team's newer faces what Penn State football is all about.
But you just got to continue to work hard. My advice would only be, especially in the weight room, get stronger and get faster.
With a new roster, it's completely common for teams to struggle with team chemistry, but not for this group of Nittany Lions. For head coach James Franklin, the spring is all about creating a competitive atmosphere during the offseason, as well as setting themselves apart from other teams.
Today I talked about, okay, better is not
You ready to open Victoria's mic?
It's not just coming out and practicing well and getting better. You know, there's a lot of teams around the country that are doing that. So what are we going to do to differentiate ourselves?
Franklin says the team's practicing at a level right now that he hasn't seen before, but there's always room for improvement.
Take one.
Spring practice culminates with the Blue-White game on Saturday, April 22nd at Beaver Stadium.
Ready audio
for
for
Penn
Blue?
State hockey, the season is over, but the young program has officially made its mark among hockey's premier programs, shattering most expectations.
Roll Blue.
The
Take
Lions
Blue.
broke 65
Ready,
team
saw on
records
red.
this season, won
Ready,
their
audio
Big
for
Ten
red.
championship, and first NCAA tournament game,
Advance.
among other accomplishments. Head coach Guy Dudkowski said major turning point this season was when the team felt pressure while ranked #1 in the nation back in January. To get back on track, he and the coaching staff got what was considered very valuable advice from another Big Ten champion, Coach James Franklin.
Roll red. Take red.
That was a very important conversation for us as coaches.
Ready one. Ready to open Victoria's
to
mic
get back
again.
focused on what we had to do to win the Big Tens, and so that was a really big learning experience. Then going through what we did at the Big Tens and in the tournament is a learning experience too.
Take one.
NHL teams have started
Ready,
to notice
VO on
Penn
Blue.
State's
Ready, audio
growing
for
talent.
Blue.
The team's highest scoring defenseman this season, Vince Pedri, signed a 2-way contract with the New York Rangers and will forego his final 2 years of eligibility at Penn State. State high school baseball started off this season with a win last night against Mifflin County Huskies.
Roll Blue.
Since the first 2 games of this season
Ready,
were
saw on
postponed
red.
due to weather,
Ready,
State
audio for
High was
red.
able to kick off its season right here at home.
Advance.
Despite the cold and wind, the Little Lions powered through the 7 innings and landed a 2-1 win. Head coach Troy Allen said with an unpredictable weather and this being the first game of the season, last night's poor performance was expected.
Roll red. Take red.
Well, if we can
Ready,
play,
one.
you know, a game like we just played, and
You ready to open Victoria's mic again?
very good for us. That's a really good
Advance.
thing. 'Cause I mean, I know how much better we can play. You know, but when you don't have your best stuff and you can battle and get wins, that's sort of speaks to the character of your team.
Take one.
Tomorrow's
Ready,
game on the
package
road
on
at
Blue. Ready,
Hamilton
audio
is
for Blue.
postponed because of rain. Penn State men's lacrosse team is taking on Ohio State Sunday night in a nationally televised game on the Big Ten Network. Jesse Finver caught up with Coach Tambroni and freshman phenom Mac O'Keefe ahead of the big game.
Roll Blue. Take Blue.
9-0. That's Penn State's record in its first 9 games this season, making it the best start for a Penn State men's lacrosse team in the program's 104-year history. Penn State's hot start can be attributed to a number of things, but none are bigger than true freshman Mac O'Keefe, who leads the nation in goals scored with 34. But O'Keefe doesn't care about the numbers, instead focusing on the team.
I don't really like to think about it that much because, I mean, if I'm thinking about that, then I'm just not focused on, like, the main goal. So just focus on day by day what we can do to get better.
Penn State rolled through non-conference play, going an undefeated 9-0 to start the season. But they'll have their first big test this weekend as Big Ten play starts when they take on #5, Ohio State.
Yes, the much-anticipated conference schedule is finally starting for the second-ranked Nittany Lions. But head coach Jeff Tambroni is only focusing on the task at hand.
Yeah, it honestly, day by day,
Ready
if we
one,
start
you
to
ready
look
to
too
open
far
Victoria's
ahead,
mic?
I think we're all cognizant, our
Advance.
staff and our team, about how successful the Big Ten has been in their non-conference schedule. But I think if you start to bite off more than we can chew, you know, that could become a daunting task.
With a win on Sunday, Penn State would tie its own record for most consecutive wins in a season with 10, a mark they set back in 2013. In University Park, I'm Jesse Finver for the Center County Report.
Take one.
Game time is set for 7 p.m. at the
Ready,
Penn State
3.
lacrosse fields. For college basketball
You ready to
fans, the
open
month
Jesse's
of March
mic?
never disappoints unless
Be ready
your
to bring in
bracket
tease
didn't do
music
so
when we go
well.
to Jesse.
The NCAA's Final Four begins tomorrow. South Carolina will be on 6 o'clock against Gonzaga, and at 9 p.m. Oregon will face North Carolina for 9 p.m.
Bianca.
The winners of each game will play for the national championship title on Monday night. That's all for sports. Now back to you at the anchor desk.
Take 3.
Thanks, Victoria. Coming up next.
His
Some
audio.
Penn State
Ready,
students
VO on
found a
blue.
unique way to make friends while also staying fit. One of our reporters joined them
Roll
last
blue.
night. That story after the break.
All right, ready. Roll red. Roll red. Take red. All right, take 1. Cue her.
Video games like
Ready,
Just Dance
package on
and
blue.
Dance Dance Revolution are among the most popular games of all time. And one of the newest arcade-style dance
Ready
games has
to,
become a
open
hit
blue.
on Penn State's campus. Reporter John Petrolius went to try it out and bust a move.
Roll blue. Take blue.
Penn State freshman Fox Riker found a unique way to make friends once he arrived at new student orientation.
Advance.
He saw his now good friend put on quite a show.
He was playing really fast, and I was really impressed. I really never played this game before. But I asked him, and he was like, yeah, this is a really good workout, and it's good to make friends and have fun. So I started in August, and 9 months later, and I'm doing pretty well.
Ordinary students like Riker, with thunderous, graceful precision, light up the arrows underneath their feet in a game called Step Mania, an arcade-style dance game that constantly catches passing students' attention. The club gathered here in Pollock Commons is called Penn State Dance Dance Maniacs. President Andy Robert told me the club has been around for years, and that Step Mania has helped membership explode.
Just so many cool people coming together, and
scroll through
you have
it
all
and
different
go
kinds
to-
of people
towards the
come,
end,
you know,
okay?
very diverse group.
Diverse and intense.
Thanks, Bianca.
You can almost feel and smell Zachary West's sweat coming through the screen. And West told me he's healthier than he's ever been from dancing. He pounds that platform
She
6
does.
days a week.
Generally speaking, I skip a day during the week to rest and recover, but generally I'm here at least once a day, probably. Way more often than a lot of people.
Now, I'm an avid Greek folk dancer, but I found Step Mania much more challenging. You can clearly see me struggling as Grace here breezes through Taylor Swift's song Bad Blood, which is fitting, because I was nothing short of bad at Step Mania, as that big capital F on the screen indicates.
It was fun, great way to get some exercise,
All
make
right,
friends
ready
here
to
at
be
Penn
ready to
State
open
Dance
both
Dance
their
Maniacs. But currently I need to practice.
And Riker agrees, practice makes all the difference.
It takes time, and sooner or later, you'll be the one up there, and people are going to ask you, how can you do that?
In University Park, I'm John Petrolius for the Center County Report.
Take 2. Cue them.
I don't know, Jesse, I might skip the gym today
ready.
and challenge you to some Step Mania and Pollock.
The thing is, I don't really have any rhythm, so you're definitely, like, this game's just not for me. Like, you're just going to destroy me at it. Like, the people that are going unbelievably fast. That was an all.
So what time do we want to?
Okay. All right. That's all for today's Center County Report. For more, visit our website, centercountyreport.com, and join us for our next newscast on Tuesday.
You can also follow us for breaking news anytime
Ready,
on
break
Twitter
on
at
red,
Center
ready
County
to open
REP
red?
and our Facebook
Is there-
page. Have a good weekend.
All right. Roll red. Take red.